Now that we have maybe a little bit of an understanding what logarithms are attempting to do, remember, trying to describe very large numbers or very small numbers comparative to each other. So let's look at its notation. Well, the notation of a logarithm follows this format where I have some variable, in this case y equals log of x base b. The b down here represents the base, and then the rest of the variables are the variables as such. This is an equivalent expression to the exponential notation where I have some base to the exponent equals x. Logarithms and exponential notations are inverses of each other. So if I wanted to take an exponent or exponent of a number and I wanted to undo it, I would take the logarithm of that and vice versa. So in our logarithm notation, this y is the exponent. And how we write that logarithmic notation is log of x with a base of b. So let's just look at a couple examples of just how we kind of go back and forth from each other and what these things look like. So let's imagine that we have 2 equals the log of x base 5. How would we just write the exact same thing but just in exponential notation? Now remember, the 2 out in front, that represents the exponent. The 5 down here represents the base. So this would be then the base to the exponent of 2 equals x. All right, let's look at another example here. We'll say 3 equals the log of 64 with a base b. So the base I'm not sure of, or it's unknown. How would I write that in an equivalent expression? Well, that would be b to the third equals 64. Again, just using notations that are equivalents of each other. Logarithms, we are unfamiliar with those, so it looks strange. But that's where we're going to spend some time going back and forth from what we're comfortable with or what we're aware of to what we're learning to be comfortable with, what we're trying to get an understanding of. So don't worry if it takes a little bit of time to get to there. Let's write it this way. Let's say I have the log of 7 base 3, and that equals an x. So how would you write that in logarithmic notation if you were to do that? Oh, did I have y's? Well, how would you do that? Again, this represents the exponent, and this is the base down here. So its base is 3 to the exponent equals 7. And so that's the relationship of going from logarithmic world to exponential world. And likewise, we're going to go from exponential world back into logarithmic world.